Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're plunging into two really powerful true stories. They come from stories of resilience, fluency through life lessons. And our mission here, it's not just about, the language itself, it's about digging deeper, finding out how these short narratives give us so much more insight into things like mindset,
And
motivation.
emotions, habits, even kindness, right?
Exactly.
It's fascinating, really, how these real-life experiences rooted in genuine human connection. They don't just build fluency. They
Yeah.
can actually help shape a better version of yourself. Language sort of becomes this tool for expressing deeper human stuff.
Let's really explore that. Our first story, The Boy Who Never Gave Up. This is Aaron's journey. So
Right.
picture this. A young kid, Aaron, told he'd never speak clearly. A speech disorder.
Wow, that's tough feedback for anyone, let alone a child.
Right, but instead of just accepting it, he chose to fight it. Relentlessly. He practiced every single day. We're talking mirror talks, reading aloud, even like imitating scenes from movies, pushing through even when it felt awkward.
That takes incredible determination.
It really does. And what happens next is, well, it's pretty remarkable. Just 1 year later, he joins the school podcast.
No kidding. From told he'd never speak clearly to broadcasting.
Yeah. And 2 years after that, he's giving a speech at his graduation.
That's amazing.
And today, Aaron speaks at conferences. He motivates others facing similar struggles. It just shows the power of that daily grind, daily effort.
It really does. And if we connect Aaron's story to, like, the bigger picture, it's a perfect example of the growth mindset.
The idea that intelligence isn't fixed.
Exactly. It's this concept that our abilities, our intelligence, they improve with effort, dedicated effort. Aaron didn't buy into the label they gave him. He believed in action.
Right. He acted his way into a new reality.
Precisely. And his progress, well, it shows what neuroscience tells us too. Consistent practice actually rewires the brain. It strengthens those neural pathways, builds new connections. It's like practice doesn't just make perfect, it makes progress.
Yeah.
It literally changes your capacity.
Okay, changing capacity, that makes me think. For you listening, what label, what perceived limit might you be accepting today? Maybe one you could start challenging, with just consistent action. Something to consider. Okay, let's switch gears now. A completely different story, but just as moving. One small act of kindness. This one's set in Chicago. Cold day. A man sees a woman sitting outside, clearly struggling in the cold. He decides to buy her breakfast.
Okay, a nice gesture.
But here's the key bit. He didn't just hand her the food and walk off. He sat down with her,
Wow.
and he listened.
That's different. That's connection.
Exactly. And the impact was profound. She started crying, not just because of the food, she said, but because she felt seen, truly seen as a person.
Wow, that feeling of invisibility must be crushing.
Totally. And that single interaction, it became a turning point for her, a huge one. It spurred her to get help, find a shelter. Eventually, she got a job, and her reflection on it is so powerful. She said, "A stranger saved me by treating me like a person."
Wow. Yeah. It really underscores the power of simple human connection, doesn't it? And from a psychological angle, these genuine acts of kindness,
Yeah.
they're not just nice things. They're incredibly impactful.
How so?
Well, showing compassion, empathy,
The
it triggers dopamine release in the brain.
happiness chemical.
Right. So in a learning context, think about language learning. Positive emotions fueled by kindness can actually lower anxiety. They build trust. They can even improve memory and how well you communicate overall.
So kindness isn't just like fluffy stuff. It actually helps communication work better.
It makes the whole experience of connecting and using language much more meaningful and effective.
That's fascinating. So thinking about that, how could embracing a small act of kindness, maybe just listening a bit more intently, how could that change your next English conversation? Make it less about just words, more about, real connection. When you put these two stories together, Aaron's persistence and this breakfast encounter, they remind us, don't they? Words matter, obviously. But how we use them, that matters so much more.
Absolutely.
You're not just learning vocabulary lists or grammar rules. You're building the tools to show courage, like Aaron, or to offer compassion, like the man in Chicago, to make real connections.
This deep dive really shows that language is, it's more than just structure. It's the vehicle. It's how we express our deepest human qualities,
Yeah.
how we build those bridges in the real world.
So here's a challenge for you today. Speak up. Even if it feels hard, maybe use your English to help someone, to really connect, and just don't give up on your fluency journey. Keep going. As you move forward today, maybe think about this. What is using your words to express courage, compassion, or connection? What does that actually look like for you today?